Hello, I'm Kendra, and this is Hooked by Happenstance, and this is Makes Monday, episode 41. Quotidian. Quotidian. Isn't that an interesting word? Okay, so according to Google, quotidian is an adjective meaning of or occurring every day, daily, ordinary, or everyday, especially when mundane. So, it seems appropriate, given that I'm attempting to do Veda and film these videos every day, that they are ordinary and daily, and today I got I was just doing other things, and I didn't film it till now. It's like 3 in the morning, but you'll see this Tuesday morning, I think, is when it's gonna all have shuffled its way onto the interwebs. But it's just become a daily thing that I make these videos, and I thought that quotidian was an interesting word for daily. Also mundane, because my week has been fairly, straightforward and mundane. Nothing really exciting has gone on in my personal life, and I've done a wee bit of crafting, which we shall now discuss. I guess that we can begin with what's off my hook, because that's the most exciting. So, I have one thing off my hook, and I am really excited, and you'd all be so proud. As soon as I finished it, I wove in all the ends, and it's now done. This is the Dragon Belly Shawl by Miho Crochet. I made it out of Plymouth Yarns Wildflower DK in 2 colors. There are 4 skeins of this navy blue and 3 of the green. They're 50 grams each. I basically just worked one ball, and when it ended, I switched. Obviously the end of rows, but I switched, and then I didn't do the edging called for in the pattern, because since I striped it, if I had edged it, it would have all been in one color, and then I think it would have lost the effect, and I thought the edge turned out really clean all on its own, so I'm very happy with it. This is a super nice pattern, really simple, really nice texture created through a very easy and simple stitching. And I really like it in the kind of stripy colorway. So obviously it's bigger than my wingspan, so it's definitely big enough to wear like over the back, like a traditional shawl, if that's your thing. Also, I could definitely do like the side thing with like a shawl pin or something. And it also will function this way, wrapped like so, and zhuzhed, obviously. The zhuzhing is a very important part. Also, the front side, which has this cool, the dragon belly texture to it. I'll hold it up closer so you can see. That is equally as pretty as this back side, which is just kind of plain. So, I think it gives me options. It is made out of a cotton acrylic blend, so this will be appropriate as the weather warms up, which it finally warmed up just a skoonch today, and that was very nice. I wore short sleeves part of the day. It has cooled down a bit this evening, but actually the warmest I was all day was tonight at like 11 o'clock. I got really hot in the house, and I had to take my cardigan off for a while, but it is now back on because as the night has wore on, I've gotten colder. Now, I've worked on 2 projects this week that are still on my hook. I did give a decent amount of time to that dragon belly, so that explains why that got done. In fact, I put so much time into it because I was just like, I need to get this done. The other thing that is currently on my hook is my cogitation wrap, and this is the segment that I showed in the video. This is the first week of August 2017 segment. And this is made out of loops and threads wool-like in a number of colors, each of them signifying something, and I'm using an F hook for this, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this project. If you're interested, you can go and check out the videos about it. I won't bore you with repeating the same things over again, but I am enjoying that project, and it is taking a decent amount of my crocheting time, and I am totally okay with that. The other thing that has taken a lot of my crocheting time is this bag, but the project isn't in this bag. Let me go find where the project is. This is just the rest of the yarn. Hold on. Here we go. Project was displaced by my sewing today. I had to move it off the desk. Okay. So this is from a Let Peach Lit pick. She picked the drawer with the gold acrylic in it. And then I paired it with some other variegated acrylic that I had been gifted. And I'm using a size I 5.5 millimeter hook to make a granny virus shawl. So the way this works is there is segments of virus shawl, which is the variegated, and then segments of granny, which I'm doing in the gold. And I think my goal at this point is to probably work till I run out of the variegated. I have 2 skeins of it, and this is almost the entirety of the first skein. I'm guessing that the next round of granny is going to eat up a lot of the remaining skein, but we'll see. It is turning out to be a fairly nice size. It's been an enjoyable project. I basically worked on this for about a day. I basically worked on this for a day and a half's worth of crafting, and it was one of those things where it was very potato chippy, and once I started working on it, I just wanted to keep going. I am having the same problem with the virus shawl in this form that I had the last time I made one. In that, I know lots of people like it because it's simple. That's also why lots of people like grannies. I'm not a huge fan of the granny stitch or granny squares. It's just not my thing. But I decided to make this for some reason. I kind of think it was to give them both another shot. And I'm having the same problem that I have had before. They almost make me like jittery or anxious. Because they're so simple, I feel like I should be able to do it really, really fast. And I can do it fairly fast. But like I feel like it's ramping up the whole time I'm working on it. And I know lots of people like the virus shawl because they feel like it's all like methodical and they know what's coming next, but it just gets me like worked up. And the same thing is true with the granny stitch. Like, I know that lots of people find it just this nice, like meditative, mindless thing, but because it is so mindless, my mind has too much time to be active, I guess. Basically. So I'm not enjoying this project. I just think it is proving to me that these are probably not the best stitches for me. And I will tell you that the pattern I got free off of Ravelry, and it's called, if you type in granny virus shawl, you'll find it. But it's not very good. Now, the person who wrote it, clearly, this has been written in a number of languages because it takes you to their blog and there's like a whole bunch of things you can click on for different language translations, and English is not the first one. And I don't know if there's something lost in translation or whatever. The chart that is shown is correct, though really hard to read. And the worded portion I actually think is just plain wrong. What I did, though, was I have a PDF copy of the virus shawl pattern, like the standard one, just downloaded. So I followed that for the virus shawl portions, and then I looked at the chart to see how they connected the granny, like where they put the granny pieces in to their pattern, and then I just did that and followed their proportions, because that part was right. The descriptions of what to do were weird, so you have been warned, and it could have just been me, but I think it is the pattern. So I am working on that, and I am going to continue to work on that happily. And that is all the crafting I got done. I mean, I did do a lot of the dragon belly this week. I think more than half of it, probably. And then that whole chunk of the cogitation, which there's a lot more work that goes into those than appears in just the stitching, because I am writing the pattern myself. And I am actually writing out the pattern for it, so there's more, it's more time consuming, because there's some meticulous thought that goes into it beyond just hooking it up out of my brain, which you can sometimes get away with when you're just doing something that you don't intend to be able to replicate. I hope that you are having a nice crafty week. I hope you are enjoying the quotidian nature of the basically daily videos here on the channel. I know they come out at weird times, and that's not predictable, I guess, but my life is not predictable, so they come out whenever it's convenient. Yeah, that's about the best I can do. I will see you all tomorrow for another segment of the cogitation, and by tomorrow it'll probably be today, but they'll be filmed on different days. Anyways, I will see you all later. Bye.